In the harrowing realm of courtroom dramas, some criminals go beyond the bounds of conventional menace, sending shivers down the spines of both judges and spectators. Darrell Brooks, infamous for orchestrating the Waukesha Christmas parade attack, emerged as one such character, not only terrorizing victims, but also disrupting court proceedings in a way that left everyone involved on edge. Darrell Brooks, the perpetrator behind the tragic Christmas parade incident that claimed 6 lives and injured 62, faced an irrefutable case against him. Caught red-handed, there was no doubt about his guilt. However, his actions within the courtroom elevated the tension to new heights, with his relentless commentary and objections creating an atmosphere of disruption. Throughout the trial, Brooks seemed determined to challenge every decision made by the judge. His objections extended to the victim's testimony, displaying a refusal to take responsibility for the devastation he caused. The judge's patience wore thin as Brooks persisted, culminating in accusations of judicial misconduct, a term Brooks curiously adopted. Legal experts analyzing Brooks's behavior concluded that his disruptive tactics were not mere attempts at annoyance, but a calculated strategy to provoke the judge into making a mistake that could lead to an appeal. Despite the judge's formidable nerves, Brooks managed to elicit a reaction, prompting her to admit feeling scared and necessitating a break from proceedings. Even during the district attorney's speech, Brooks continued his pattern of interruptions, prompting the judge to issue a stern warning. However, Brooks remained undeterred, leading to his removal from the courtroom. Despite the judge's efforts to maintain order, Brooks received severe sentencing: 6 life sentences, 150 years for hidden run counts, and a staggering 762 years for reckless endangerment charges. The unsettling encounter with Brooks left a lasting impression on the judge, who openly admitted to being unnerved by his intimidating stare and fist-pounding antics. Brooks's disruptive behavior not only showcased his lack of remorse, but also underscored the challenges judges face when dealing with such brazen criminals. Bryce Rhodes. Discussing judges endowed with unyielding composure, certain jurists find themselves facing true adversaries, exemplified by figures like Bryce Rhodes. His criminal saga, initiated with the merciless 2016 killing of Christopher Jones, evolved beyond the Old West's lawlessness. To erase evidence of his crime, Bryce eliminated witnesses Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon. Yet Bryce's reign of terror transcended the streets, infiltrating the courtroom with actions as criminally infuriating as his heinous deeds. Unfazed by the gravity of his crimes, he brazenly disrupted court proceedings with shocking disrespect. During a crucial court moment, Bryce shamelessly taunted a victim's family, blowing them a kiss and wiping his shoulder dismissively while the judge spoke. Astonishingly, he faced no contempt charges, prompting scrutiny of the judge's response. In another episode, Bryce, infamous for cursing and disruptions, wore a spit mask, targeting an attorney, a shocking display of contempt for the legal system. As Bryce continued his brazen acts, even threatening the judge, the courtroom was left in disbelief. Despite the desire to rid themselves of this menace, the legal saga persisted. As of December 2023, Bryce Rhodes's case remains open. The death penalty looms for his 2016 atrocities. Yet his shocking courtroom behavior creates an unsettling narrative beyond conventional justice, challenging the norms of legal proceedings. Jeremy and Christine Moody. While some criminals, like the uncooperative Bryce Rhodes, pose significant challenges, others present a perplexing paradox, exemplified by the case of Jeremy and Christine Moody. This duo, affiliated with the white supremacist group Crew 41, embarked on an unsettling journey of vigilante justice in South Carolina. Their target was Marvin Charles Parker, a known sex offender, whom they brutally murdered in his home in July 2013. Shockingly, their violent actions extended to Parker's innocent 51-year-old wife, Gretchen, adding another layer of tragedy to their heinous crime. As members of a neo-Nazi organization, one might anticipate the Moody's courtroom demeanor to mirror the sinister nature of their beliefs. However, their behavior took an unexpected turn. Following their arrest and subsequent trial, Jeremy and Christine exhibited an eerie level of obedience and friendliness in court. The courtroom proceedings surrounding this case unfolded in a manner that left observers scratching their heads, given the stark contrast between the gruesome crime committed and the defendant's unexpected courtroom conduct. In a peculiar twist, the Moody's response to the charges was anything but defiant. Instead, they immediately issued apologies, spoke about seeking God's forgiveness, and entered guilty pleas. This bizarre blend of repentance and remorse seemed incongruent with their neo-Nazi affiliations. To further confound expectations, the couple even shared a kiss upon receiving their life sentences for the murders. Adding another layer of disturbing complexity to their story, the Moody's considered the day they took Parker's life as the happiest day of their lives. Unapologetically expressing satisfaction for their actions, they boasted about having no regrets, boldly declaring that killing the alleged pedophile was the pinnacle of their existence. Amidst the unsettling details and twisted elements of this narrative, it is crucial to retain a sense of perspective. Despite Moody's disturbing ideologies and reprehensible actions, the most tragic aspect remains the loss of an innocent life, Gretchen Parker. As perplexing as the Moody's case may be, it is vital to remember the profound impact their violence had on an innocent victim, overshadowing any attempts at portraying their actions as anything close to justified. Nico Jenkins. The Moody duo's paradoxical neo-Nazi affiliations and unexpected courtroom behavior pale in comparison to the chilling complexity embodied by real-life supervillain Nico Jenkins. His narrative, akin to a horror movie script, details a spree of crimes starting at age 7, escalating to horrifying proportions by 2013, when he unleashed terror upon Colorado. The victims, including Juan Peña, Jorge Ruiz, Curtis Bradford, and Andrea Kruger, suffered inhumanly brutal murders, echoing the infamous violence associated with figures like the Zodiac Killer. Jenkins' descent into madness, marked by repeated incarcerations and escalating violence, reached its peak in August 2013 with 4 gruesome murders. Initially arrested for terroristic threats, a subsequent 8-hour interview dispelled any notion of a mere psycho killer, revealing his admissions to the heinous acts. Adding a surreal dimension to his macabre tale, Jenkins claimed his crimes served the Egyptian god Apophis. In court, he would abruptly switch to an Apophis voice during his self-defense, emphasizing a disturbing connection to a deity. Signs of severe mental imbalance and psychiatric disorders underscored the surreal nature of his case. In a bizarre turn of events, Jenkins explicitly requested the death penalty, seemingly aligned with the wishes of his supposed god Apophis. The decision aimed to protect society and fellow prisoners from the unpredictable threat Jenkins posed, emphasizing the gravity of the charges as a Class 4, Class 1 felony, murder in the first degree. Alan McCarty. While characters like Nico Jenkins evoke fear, some, like Alan McCarty, take a more comedic turn in the realm of courtroom absurdities. McCarty, a tantrum-throwing defendant, found himself in court after making a ludicrous threat to kill a judge, showcasing a level of criminal absurdity that even fellow criminals might find incomprehensible. In a bizarre phone call, he claimed to have a gun pointed at the building, revealing an illogical attempt to express frustration over a custody case ruling that went against him. The courtroom proceedings with McCarty bordered on the absurd, resembling scenes from a comedy movie. His antics included flipping through unread pages of a book before erupting into a fit of yelling and profanity directed at the judge. Escorted outside, McCarty continued his tantrum, with the judge struggling to contain laughter as he yelled in another room, declaring bizarre sentiments like being in love. During another hearing, McCarty further expressed his grievances about the custody case, accusing the judge of unfairly handling his paperwork. His outbursts, filled with yelling, cursing, and racial slurs, led to his repeated removal from the courtroom. Despite attempts at discipline, McCarty's disregard for the right to remain silent persisted, causing disruptions that impacted everyone involved. As we navigate the chilling and sometimes bizarre stories of disruptive defendants in the courtroom, we invite you to explore the dark corners of the legal system with us. If you find these tales intriguing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more riveting stories and insights into the complexities of the justice system.